This is week 9, Monday, quarter 4. The topic is going to be on statistics. So it says Susie is the chef of a small company, which makes technical instruments. 15 people, including Susie, work at the company. The table show their jobs and their salaries. Complete the total column in the table to find the total annual salary for a tech sale. So let's take a look at that. All right, so if you take a look at this, if it's just one person, then this will be exactly the same, right? If it's 3, that should be 150,000 because you're doing this times 3. 2 times 80,000, this should be 150,000, 440,000, right? And then the total is this. Is this correct? Did you add it correctly? 250, 80, 80. There's 1, 2. I don't even know what you got. 160,000. 1, 2, 3. So 160, 240,000. 150, that's 190. 0, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $640,000 is what I have. Do you want to check one more time? Because we need to make sure it's correct before we find anything else. Okay, so here's my strategy. So look over here. Do you see how this is 100? 100, 250, 350, 390,000, right? So you add the ones that are like obviously like 5s and, right? So then my strategy is I'm going to look at other ones. So there's 80, 280, 380. What's 3 times 8? 240,000, right? So 0, 0, 0, 0. 9 and a 4 is a 3, right? 3, 5, 6. 630,000 is what I got. Is that what you have? 1, 2, 3. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. 3. 350. No, 630,000 should be correct. Grab your calculator. Let me see the calculator. Give me the calculator, please. Let's just check one more time. 180 plus 80, 150 plus 80 plus 150 plus 40. Uh-oh, hold on a second. Something's not right. Let's see. 8 times 3 is 240,000. 100, 200, or hold on, 100. That's 300, 400, 400. Oh, you know what? This is what I made a mistake on. It's 440,000. 440,000, 240, 0, 86, 680,000. So you should put an 8 right there. 680,000 is what you should have. Okay. But yeah, go ahead and add. Number 2 says calculate the mean of the annual salary for the 15 employees in the company. So the mean is you find the sum divided by the 15 employees, right? So that's gonna be 680,000 divided by 15. So one thing that you can do is just remember you have the 3 zeros right there. So I'm just gonna do 680 divided by 150, okay? With the 3 zeros, right? So 150 times, let's see, times 2 will give me 300. So 4 will give me 600. So let's do 4. 0. That'll give me 600. So if I do a 4, that'll give me 680. And then you're gonna bring down the 0, right? 150 times 4 gives me 600. If it times it by 6, that'll be too big. So let's do 7. That'll be too big, or not 6. I meant 5. I don't know why I went opposite way. 5, 0, 25, 5, 6, 7, 750. So I put 5 here, 750, and then you bring down the second 0, right? Okay, then 150 times 2 will give me 300 times 4 will give me 450. So I'm gonna put a 4 right here. 450 gives me 50. Bring down the last 0. And so you put another 4 there, which will give you 450, which will give me a 5. Put another dot. You put another 0. And it's just gonna be 4 again, so 450. Do you see how now that's just gonna repeat over and over again? Okay, so the question here asks you is calculate main salary for the, I think I screwed up somehow. That doesn't look right. 680. 1, 2, 3 divided by 150. Oh, you know why I screwed up? I don't know why the hell I put was 0 right here. That's stupid. It's 15. It's not 0. God, oh gosh, I did all this work for nothing. Hold on. Do you see where I made a mistake right there? Yeah, you should have said something. I'm tired, so I didn't say anything, but this is freaking wrong. All right, let's try this one more time. 15 times 4 is 450, right? So 15 times 4 is 60. Just kidding. 15 times 4 is 60. So put 4 right here, so you get 68, right? And then you bring that down, so you get a 0, right? Then I'm gonna do 5. 15 times 5, 75. Get a 5. We're gonna bring down that next 0, right? So then 15 times 3 is gonna be 45. Bring down the next 0. And do you see it's just gonna repeat? Bring down the next 0. It's just gonna repeat. Do you see that? So eventually you're just gonna have this 0.33. So the annual salary, okay, if you look at this, calculate the average salary. The average salary cannot be 132,000. Nobody here has 132,000. The highest one you have is 100,000. The lowest one you have is 20,000. So your average have to be somewhere in between that. Do you see that? So what's your average? $45,333.33. So this right here is your answer. Do you see that? So you need to show that work to make sure you get that. Okay, calculate the median salary for the 15 employees. So the median salary is the number in the middle, right? You got to put this from the smallest to biggest. So the smallest salary here I have is 20,000, 20,000 because there's 2, right? Then there's 30,000, but there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Then 40, 2 of them. Then 50, 3 of them. Then 80, 80, and then 100, right? Is this an even number or an odd number? How many people are there altogether? Odd number. Yeah, so there's obviously just gonna be 1, correct? So what's that middle number? Let's see. 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the reason I did 7 is because if I do 15 divided by 2, you know, 7 times 2 is 14, right? That extra number is gonna be in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what's the number in the middle? 40,000. You need to be careful with this. You can't just guess. You gotta literally order them from smallest to biggest. And you have people, not 3. What do you mean you have 3? You can't do it that way. You have to order it from the smallest to biggest, and you have to literally show the entire freaking work for that. The what? It's 40,000. Never mind. You have to order them from smallest to biggest. Read number 4, please. Actually, here, let me pause it so you can go ahead and catch up. John looked at the table and said, the mode of the salary at Textile is $80,000 a year. A, what mistake did John make? Okay, which number has more repeats than anything else? $30,000. $30,000 have how many repeats? 5. It is. There are 5 people that makes $30,000. If he says 80,000, how many repeats does 80 have? 2. Yeah, so what mistake did he make? He does not know mode. He does not know. Well, you could say 80,000 only have 2 employees, 30,000, have 5. That is the mode. What is a correct mode of salary? That's it right there. Just explain it in your own words, okay? Go ahead.
Which of the 3 averages, mean, median, or mode, would you use that the average wage at textile is very good? Explain your answer.
So what was your mean again?
My mean was $45,000.
Okay, what was your median?
$40,000.
Which one's your mode?
$30,000.
30?
Yeah,
Okay, which one do you think is a better?
the mean,
Why?
because it's the highest value of payment.
Not necessarily the highest value. Maybe you can say something like the mean uses every salary in the calculation. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Because you know how like with a median, you just cancel the biggest and smallest number out, like you don't actually use them, right? Okay.
In what?
The mean uses every salary in the calculation. So which would you just show the average? Oh, wait. Which one would you show the average wage? Average is what? Average is the mean, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you use. You just put mean equals average. The average is the mean, basically.
Okay. Which of the 3 averages, mean, median, or mode, would you use to show that the average wage at textile is very low? Explain your answer. $30,000.
So it says, why would you go ahead and show that's very good? And you are right. So you would just say the mean because it does show the highest. Can you go back to the first one on number 5? Highest salary. Okay, because it does show the highest salary. Well, which one will show that it's very low? Which one has a low salary? Which is what?
$30,000.
Yeah. Explain your answer. Is the lowest salary. Right? Okay. Let me know when you're ready to move on. What else? Are you ready to move on? Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. All right, number 7, go ahead.
Okay, so the jeans deposit, we are supposed to do that one. So
Number 7?
no, the jeans deposit, like this graph. We don't.
No, we're on number 7.
I'm just telling you.
Fine. We're on number 7. Go ahead.
Okay, so last year textile did not do very well, so C did not. Averages, mean, median, or mode will not change. Explain that. So she's not going to pay for herself.
Well, which one will not change at all?
30,000.
No, but which one, okay, is it mean, median, or mode that does not care if you just lose a number? The mean, you use every number, right?
Yeah.
Do you use every number with a median?
Yeah.
You do? So which one doesn't matter if you just don't use it?
The mode.
The mode, because here's the thing. Would the mode change if I say, oh, here's me, I'm gonna make $100,000 as well? Would that change the mode at all?
Yes.
No, because there are two people making 100,000, right? The mode is the most. So unless you have more than 5 people making $100,000, the mode's not gonna change. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So explain that. And it's mode because it does not use every salary. And what is your mode for this one? It's $30,000 with 5 people. She wants you to find the mean absolute deviation. Does she even explain what that is?
Find the range, interquartile range of the absolute deviation. We did like a Quizlet on like.
But did she tell you what absolute deviation or mean absolute deviation is?
She did, but I forgot what she said.
Did she write it on the notes?
No, she just explained to us. And she like expected us to remember that I don't.
Okay, so the range is the biggest number. What's the biggest salary?
5,000.
Minus the smallest salary. What's your biggest salary? $100,000. What's your smallest salary? Smallest salary. Smallest number.
3,000.
What's the difference?
7,000.
That right there is your range. Do you understand? That's your first one. When you're ready for the next one, let me know. Is the next one. It's called IQR. Do you understand? You know, write this down in your notebooks though. This is something you remember. IQR equals upper quartile minus lower quartile. We talked about this before. It is the middle number of the upper right side and the lower number, or the median of the lower right side. So this is basically the median of the upper half. Okay? Lower quartile is the median. Median is the middle number, right? Of the lower half. How many numbers do you have here altogether? How many people? 15, right? This is what we're gonna do. So, do you see how there's 15? 15 means that you don't use the middle number 40, okay? So look at, don't include it. If it's an odd number, you don't include it, okay? Look at the purple. This is going to be your upper quartile, which is the middle number of the upper half. What's your middle number of the upper half? So here's the number. What's the middle number here between in the purple box?
50,000.
So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 50, right?
Yeah.
That's your upper quartile. Now take a look at the green box. So again, if it's an even number, you include just the half. You split in the half, right? If it's odd, you do not include the odd number, the 40. So what's your middle number here?
30.
Lower quartile, it's 30. Now, inner quartile range is UQ minus LQ, which is what?
20.
So 50 minus 30, right? Which is what?
20.
That's your IQR. That's your answer for that, okay? Mean absolute value deviation, I don't even know how to find that. That's nuts. Okay, so the absolute mean deviation is basically, it's not an easy concept to actually figure out. So let's just write it here. MID. So you basically take each salary, right? And there's 15 of them, right? Minus the mean. And you put an absolute value on it. But you need to do all of them. So you add them all together and you divide it by 15 because there are 15 employees, right? So let's go back to this. What was your mean again? 45,333, right? So that's not even easy to do. So what we're gonna have to do is I'm gonna do an Excel spreadsheet. And you might want to talk to your teacher about this because this is not an easy thing to do. I really can't imagine she actually showing you guys how to do this in class because I don't think she did. I don't think that'll be on your test, but since the question asks for it, let's just go ahead and do it, okay? I think it's absolutely silly, but whatever. Okay, why can I not open my freaking Excel spreadsheet? This is ridiculous. Hold on, let me pause this. Okay, so we're gonna open the Excel spreadsheet. Okay, give me the first salary. What was the first salary, Grayson? Let's start with the very top, 100,000, right? What was the next one?
80,000.
Okay, and there's only one person with 80,000. Okay, next one.
Another 80,000.
Next one.
50,000.
Okay. Next one.
40,000.
Next one.
40,000.
How many 40,000 are there? How many $50,000? 50,000 are there?
3.
Okay, then you need to say that. You can't just give me that. You need. I had to have 15 people. How many 40,000 are there?
2, 3.
How many? 2 or 3?
2 people.
How many 30,000s are there?
5.
Is that it?
And there's 2 20,000.
Do we have 15 salaries here? How do you know? Do you see it here? This is 1 all the way down to 15, so you can easily count it. Okay, what was your mean?
45,233 pounds.
That's your mean, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do this for all of the numbers here. Okay, so this is only equal to the absolute value. Look over here, please.
I am.
Of this minus this, right? And it's always gonna be positive. See that's the difference, right? And the good thing about an Excel spreadsheet is rather than doing individually, you just drag it down and boom, they give you all the positive numbers. Do you see that? Okay. So then once we have all the numbers here, we have to find the sum, right? So we're gonna do the sum. So equals sum of all of this right here. And I want to make sure we label everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert here. This is 15 salary, right? This right here is the mean salary, right? Okay. This right here is the absolute value difference, right? Of the salaries.
Yeah.
This is a sum of the absolute value difference, right?
Yeah.
And then the last thing that we have to do, because people don't just make $275,000 is either divided by 15. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So then this right here is going to be the mean absolute difference. Yeah. Or MAD, right?
Yeah.
So here I'm going to hit enter, click right there, divided by 15, and it's 18,400. That is your answer right there. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So make sure you go ahead and copy this part down, just this part right here. And you're gonna have to turn on the computer so I can print this out for you. Or the printer is what I meant.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back to here. I'm sorry, but I think this is absolutely insane that she expects you guys to do that without ever explaining it right here. Okay, go, did you copy this part down? So this right here is your answer. This is your answer right here. Okay? For the mean absolute deviation. Or it's supposed to be deviation, not difference. So make sure you don't put difference, you put deviation. I'm gonna change that actually, so give me a second. Let's go back to the Excel spreadsheet.
Okay.
Can you go over there and turn on the printer?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to study for this. I don't think she'll have it there, but you just never know, so.
She probably won't have it different.
Okay, well, now you know how to do it. Which one, the brothers one or the HP? Hey. Hey, it's coming out. You wanna grab that piece of paper? Okay. Did it come out yet? Okay. The last question, what does it say?
Last question is describe what each number tells you about the 15 salaries.
Well, it basically tells you like some of them are above because $45,000 is the average, right?
Yeah.
So if you look right there, do you see how these ones over here where it says like office workers, assembly workers, and cleaners are below the average? And then if you're like the CEO, marketing manager, production manager, technicians, you're above the average.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So obviously, if you want to get more money, what does that tell you? You will have to get a good education and be in a higher role to earn more money. Does that make sense? Right? Yeah. So you rewrite that however you want, but I need to go pick up your brother, and that is it.